Hello guys and welcome back, it's the Sniper Raccoon, and on this week's Weaponized Wednesdays I have The Last of Us Multiplayer. So yeah, anyway, as you can see, this is not my gameplay, this is from Raccas. It's down in the bottom right hand corner, so Raccas, thank you very much sir, for supplying me with this gameplay. Now, this is the main area where you'll go into when you go into the multiplayer. The multiplayer is actually called Factions. When you first go in and start, you get to choose between the Fireflies and Hunters. Basically, it is a story sort of thing for the multiplayer. As you can see in the middle at the top, you've got survivors. Now, depending on how you do in the gameplay, you get food for your survivors. You've got to keep as many of them healthy and hungry. If you do really well in the gameplay and get tons of food, you'll get more survivors. If you don't do so well, you will lose survivors, or they'll die, or there's little bits where they can get infected, then, or they get ill, they get hurt, or whatever. It is very good. So it's a mini story as a multiplayer. Now, the two different game types to play. This one that you're going to be watching at the minute is called Survivor. Now, Survivor is a bit like best way to describe it probably is a search and destroy kind of game. 4 players on each side, round based. First to 4 rounds wins, so you can have a maximum of 7 rounds. First 1 to 4 wins. As I said, each round is 3.5 minutes long, and we're watching Raccas use the marksman, well, use the sniper rifles, using marksman. What am I on? So anyway, the key to this is eliminate your opponent per round. You'll see little bits on the left hand side, that yellow cog, that is parts, and the blue tin is the food. As you can see, it's 0 of 81. Now, Raccas needs 81 bits of food to keep all of his survivors healthy and happy throughout this. So that's the main point, and you'll see in little bits it'll go up as he finds it, and he gets a nice shot there. Now, the killing system in this, it's a 2-part kill system, so to speak. You down enemies and then you've got to execute them while they're being executed. So while they're down, they can be executed, but they can also be revived. So that first round is over, kicking into the second one. Now, the other game mode, as you can see, actually, sorry, just before we go into that, as you can see from here, the little toolboxes around the floor where you can pick up parts and pick up little pieces to craft. As you'll see in later clips, you'll see what you can craft, which is, if you followed the single player or have played the single player, it's pretty much the same kind of things you can craft. It is the same kind of things you can craft, but round by round, apart from the health kits, they disappear, so you have to start again. So anyway, the next game type is called Supply Raid. Now, unfortunately, I haven't got any gameplay footage to show you, but maybe in the future I'll be able to get some off someone. Supply Raid, a little bit different. It is a team deathmatch, still 4v4, but there are 20 tickets, so 20 deaths. But obviously, a death only counts once a person has been downed and fully died. If your person gets revived, then it does not count as a death. So as you can see here, he's just downed with a headshot, and he just executed him right there. Or is he going to come back? Come on, pop your head out to see if you can do. So yeah, as you know from that, so that's Supply Raid. If you've played the games, obviously you'll know what it is. There's little nuances in this. It's a very good third-person shooter. Obviously, the aim down sight for the sniper rifles goes first person. Now, as you can see here, you can use the parts you earn to upgrade, buy ammo. Now, if The Last of Us, one of the things that when I've played it, I have said this to so many people, is conserve your ammo, wait for your shots. Now, it's very true in the single player, and even more so in the multiplayer, because if you use too much ammo too quickly, you will only have, I think it's 6-7 bullets to start off with the sniper rifle, and then about I think it's again 9. I think it's 9 for the pistols to start off with. It depends whether you got the revolver or the pistol. But once you've got that ammo, you can't just go pick it up off a dead body. You have to go pick up one of the toolboxes, like right here, where it sometimes gives you ammo, but mostly it'll give you parts. And then also you can pick them up. You can get ammo by creating them in your crafting menu. Just picked up a health pack right there. Now, one of the things you can do in the multiplayer as well as in the single player is you can crouch down and use the intense listening. Now, this is the crafting thing, so as you can see, Raccas is creating a smoke bomb. They are overpowered a little bit. If you can use them tactically, they are perfect, because if you get hit by one of them. He's just trying to see, he's using that extra hearing then to see if he could find anyone through the walls. But the smoke bomb is perfect for if you know you've got people coming up close to you, coming up the stairs, as in this map. I think this one is Billtown. This map is called Billtown, yes. So if you're using people coming up the stairs, it can discombobulate them. It's very, very cool. But later on, you'll see him use the Molotov, and oh my god, the Molotov is overpowered in multiplayer. Wow, saves your ass in the single player, but on the multiplayer it is so overpowered, it is unbelievable. So anyway, each game mode allows you to get I'm just going to go back and actually talk about the mechanics of the game. So yeah, each game mode allows you the opportunity to collect supplies and parts from either killing, picking them up sometimes when people die, but mostly from the toolboxes. Now this is where he's using the enhanced hearing, and you could see then the silhouettes of the other team then. So this is how it can be beneficial, but it's fair play because everyone can use it. It's not like it's class per class that you can use it. Everyone can use it. There we go, a lot of crafting tools there, and you'll see that you can also use the crafting to buy body armor as well. But the key to every single game on The Last of Us is get as many supplies as you can. As I said in the open, if you do very well, you will get a lot of parts, because also as well, if you get the score you get for kills, downs, revives, and that kind of thing gives you parts. And this is what I mean by the Molotov being overpowered. Watch this. Yeah, down straight away. Now you'll notice in the later bit that he uses a couple of sniper shots and it doesn't really take him down, but one Molotov down. There we go, nice shot there, sir. Very nice shot. So yeah, as you can see, the parts there on the scoreboard, that's how many he's earned through the kills. You obviously pick up more as you go around. You'll spend some of them while you you spend some of them while you're upgrading your stuff, getting new ammo and all stuff, and all things like that, which is all very well and good. And nice bow there, very nice bow. I think I might have a go at there later on. Haha. So yeah, you can craft obviously everything that's in the menu: the Molotovs, the bombs, the health kits, the shivs, ammo, upgrades for weapon damage and all stuff like that. It is a very well thought out multiplayer. When I first logged on to playing Last of Us multiplayer, to be perfectly honest, I wasn't expecting much. I don't expect much from multiplayer games, especially with it being third person, because I know third person shooters are not my favourite shooters in the world, because I do not get used to the over the shoulder action, so to speak. I'm more of I feel like there's too much in the way, and I feel like the camera's a bit too different. Now this is pretty much the same. The one thing I do like is, like with most of them now, you can shift your shoulder, so to speak. So basically, as you're aiming, you can shift from holding the gun in your right hand. You can go to the left hand to try and get a better look, so you're not sort of leaving yourself out in the open if you are the last one, if you are looking out of a window, so to speak. So that is very nice mechanic. But this is just, I left this in. Roughsack, I am sorry I had to leave this in because it was very tactical of you. You've got low health, you're the last one alive against the other two. I know you were trying to basically stay alive for the last 50 seconds of this round, so I left this entire bit last in because you do so well and you nearly pull it off. I was actually disappointed that you didn't pull it off because it would have been a great comeback. But it is very good gameplay, and I cannot thank him enough for supplying it for me, supplying it to me, whichever way you want to say it. It's getting a bit hot. Gingers don't do well in the heat. Let's try another Molotov. Is it going to work this time? No. Oh, so close. And then obviously this guy, he's just run for your life, sir. So unfortunately gets downed. But as I was saying, so yeah, you get as much supplies as possible. The story mode in the multiplayer, it's very good. You choose your faction when you first start, so either the Fireflies or the Hunters. You do not get to choose that until your story technically ends. Now each game counts as a day. As you saw in the open, he's been playing for 5 weeks and 4 days. So technically, if we do the maths on that, 5 7s are 35, and 4 is 39. So 39 games he has played multiplayer. Now, the story little bits adds little things. It's got like oh, do apologise for that, but it adds little bits like a comic book strip sort of thing. Like talks about like people getting infected. Oh, George T died down in a little ticker scroll on the right hand side. It's very well thought of. Doesn't really change much, but it just says, oh, the Fireflies or the Hunters. Pardon me. The Fireflies and the Hunters are dealing with this, and then all of a sudden there'll be an infection, and then someone might get infected and poison all the other people in there. So you've got to get medicine, get health kits, that kind of stuff. Just get a lot more food to just try and keep the rest of the people happy. If you do poorly in games, you will not get enough food supplies, so people will go hungry. I think it's after 1 or 2 games they will go hungry, and then on the 3rd game they will start to die. And it's one of them things, and because you said you choose the faction, you don't actually get to change the faction unless everyone in your town, so to speak, is dead. So, and that's technically story over, so you'll have to start again. It's kind of one of them things. It's a nice element to add to the multiplayer, where you think you've got to play the objective, you've got to play well, you've got to concentrate. If you do really, really well one game and get loads more survivors, then you've just got to think, right, I've got to do equally well to keep them all alive. It's very difficult. I mean, I've only played a handful of games myself, so I mean, I'm very new at this. But so I would love to know if any of you have played this extensively, how hard it is to maintain the level, or is it just a case of doing average all the way through and you can just slowly build up? But is there actually a natural spike? So if you have a fantastic and absolute monster game, do you then suffer in the following games afterwards purely because of you did so well in the last one? So guys, what I'm going to do now, we've got just over a minute's worth of clips left, so I'm going to let the clips run through. So I would like to say, Ruffsack, again, thank you for supplying me with this footage. I've been the Sniper Raccoon, this has been Weaponized Wednesdays. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you some other time. Tra.